In particular, we are especially grateful to have the support of a number of organizations that are literally remaking the face of American politics. And tonight, I would like to introduce to you, to get the ball rolling, some of the key leaders of a movement that has swept the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, here on behalf of, and I want to get this name exactly right, because we want to make sure that the names are exactly correct, representing the Central Florida Tea Party Council, Mr. Tom Tillison. Tom, would you come forward and introduce your team, please?
Hello. I'd like to thank everybody for turning out. I'm here with a few of the other leaders in the Orlando area with the Tea Party movement. I have Mr. Clyde Fabretti, who is the mastermind behind the town hall forum that we held a couple of weeks ago back at the Foundation Academy. That's Clyde Fabretti. We also have Ron McCoy, who is the founder of the West Orlando Tea Party. Ron, are you in the room? There you go. And again, there's myself. My name is Tom Tillison, and we also are joined by Jason Hoyt. We're going to allow Jason Hoyt. We're going to allow Jason Hoyt to share our message with you. We are very happy to be here. We are very determined to be successful in November, and success to us is the removal of Alan Grayson, Suzanne Cosmas. Mr. Hoyt.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom, and actually thank you, Lou, for letting us speak tonight. And before I really get started, I really want to point out, I think you guys have seen over the last year and a half what we've been able to do, this awakening that's going on in the country and here in Central Florida. And there are so many people who have volunteered with us. I want the rest of the community to really recognize them and thank them that have volunteered with us countless hours, have dedicated so much. People that had really not been engaged in the movement before, and you know who you are as volunteers. And I just want to thank you and recognize you for volunteering. You know, there's something that we often say in this Tea Party movement: what are you going to do about it? You know, there's a lot of people who are really frustrated and watch the news and they see what's going on in this country, and then we say, well, what are you going to do about it? And you know, in the last several months, as we transitioned from the people rising up and making our voices heard, and we've had our events and our rallies and the signs, we've transitioned into the electoral process and the primaries. There have been a slate of candidates here in Central Florida that I've been pretty much in awe by, I've been inspired by, and I just wanted to thank them because they've done the ultimate, what are you going to do about it? They've decided to run for public office, and I just want to recognize them and thank the candidates that have run for office here in Central Florida as well. You know, one thing that's interesting, let's look at the District 8. We've often said if you put 10 Tea Partiers in a room and say, who do you like? There's a pretty good chance all 7 names will come up. We've had a really good slate of candidates to choose from. We didn't have a situation like in Kentucky where we had a Rand Paul running up against a big spending rhino Republican, where the Tea Party movement shows up and pushes them up over the edge. You know, it was pretty divided amongst the Tea Party movement with those candidates. And you know, let's look at again what Tom mentioned, what we have, what we're up against, the possibility of Alex Sink. 2 more years of Suzanne Cosmas. I see your head shaking already. What about Alan Grayson? Exactly. That is the point. We often hear that this next election cycle is the most important of our lifetime. It could not be more truer this time around. But who do we have up against them? We've got Rick Scott, Sandy Adams, right? We've got Daniel Webster. The Tea Party movement will support and will endorse these candidates because we believe in constitutionally limited government. We believe in free market solutions to our problems. And we believe, God help us, we need fiscal responsibility in government. And being someone who, amongst many people who just got back from Washington, D.C., we went to Glenn Beck's 828 rally. Yes. We believe in restoring honor. We've got to bring integrity back to Washington, back to all levels of government. And the fact of the matter is, we know that to do otherwise will be completely short-sighted. We know we must get behind these candidates, and we're going to rise up, we're going to rise to the challenge, and we're going to be victorious in November. One more thing. I want to close with a quick story that I've talked to a couple candidates about. There's an old man who lived in a cabin in the woods, and he had a vision one day, and God spoke to him, and he said, I want you to do something for me. Will you do something for me? And he said, well, you're God. Of course I'll do something for you. What would you like? And he said, I want you to push that rock that's out behind the building. The old man said, sure, no problem. You're God. Of course I'll do it for you. He got up every single day, got up in the morning, got ready, and he went out back and he pushed on the rock every single day for days and days, weeks and months. After a while, he started getting tired. He looked down and he realized he didn't even move the rock. It hasn't even moved yet. He started having doubts. He's like, I'm failing God. I'm supposed to be pushing on this rock, and the thing hasn't even moved yet. And God came, he had a vision. God came back to him, and he said, how are things going? He says, well, I feel like I'm failing you. I feel that, I haven't even moved the rock yet. And God said, I asked you to move the rock. The results are mine. The results are up to me. But he says, look at you. You're stronger. Your back is stronger. Your legs are stronger. You're prepared for what's next. And I would ask all the candidates who have been pushing on the rocks for these last several months, get your troops ready, because that's what you have been doing. Get them ready and help us push this rock. And let's pray to God in November that we get the results that we're looking for. But they're all His. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Tea Party, teaching us all grassroots politics from the ground up.